Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is Dananu, aka the man with the most, biggest, and the most blackest privilege on YouTube. And with this video here, as you guys can see, we're going to be talking about CyberPunk 2077. And I meant to talk about this game back during E3 and everything like that, but got caught up with tons of other stuff and everything like that. So, I don't try to stay current with the with the views and the comments and all that good stuff on YouTube like most channels do. So I'm a little bit laid back on here. So I figured I'd talk about this here because this is probably the most anticipated game, or one of my most anticipated games coming out, not just this year but period. The cyberpunk genre to me is probably my favorite genre. I'm a huge sci-fi buff. Sci-fi is my favorite genre of things, and this game and giving what it's about and the whole cyberpunk genre, that came out in the 80s, coming into the 90s and things like that. So just like me, I love it to death. And I read books about it. I read a lot of the earlier William Gibson stuff and a lot of the major cyberpunk stuff. I've seen all the cyberpunk movies that came out of the late 80s and the early 90s. So when they was like, "Oh, we're going from The Witcher to make this," I was like, "Oh, yes, give me, please. Here's my money right now." Don't even gotta show me nothing. Just here, take my money. And I think with this trailer, this is like the first thing that they've actually shown outside of that teaser trailer of the cop standing over the cyborg woman who I guess she flipped out and killed some people from a few years back. And this does not disappoint. Definitely doesn't. I don't know if this is just stuff they put in the trailer or if all of this stuff is going to be in game. But it looks like this trailer is just showing us the world that the game is going to take place in. They showed this one guy throughout the trailer who I'm guessing is the person narrating the trailer. I don't know if he's going to be the main character, because at first with the other teaser trailer, I thought, I was like, okay, maybe you're going to be a cop chasing down renegade androids or cyborgs and things like that, and that's what the game is going to be about. But then you get to this one and you don't even see that guy anymore. So I don't know if maybe they went into that game thinking it was going to be that, and then that became this over time. Or maybe this is just what they were intending the game to be from the get-go. And this, like I said, this game does not disappoint. I mean, if this is going to be the open world that they're giving me, I love it already. Like I said, take my money. I don't care if they charged me $120 for it. Double the price of a normal game here in America. Take my money. I don't really have any kind of expectations, out of the game that it has to meet. As long as, like, if this game is like, give me The Witcher 3 in a different environment, give me that. That's all I want. The Witcher 3 was damn near perfect. And I think CD Projekt Red is probably the last developer that has the freedom to do what they want. Because I think they're not bound by a publisher. They own all of their properties and all of their games and stuff that they make outright. And they don't have to listen to anybody and breathe down their neck and saying, hey, look, they don't got no Activision saying, hey, look, put microtransaction in your shit or put loot boxes in. They don't got to do none of that extra BS, to get money. Because I think with Witcher 3, they were on the map before, but to like only known by like a few people. But since The Witcher 3 was so good and everybody seemed to like it, and I think it even made tons of money, that kind of put them on the map so they can have their freedom to do whatever they want. And I think I just noticed something here. I'm sitting here watching the trailer on repeat here. Let me take this back real quick. Hold on. I just want to talk about something because the guy I was talking about at the end, the guy narrating it, who I think is going to be the main character, they had a shot in here of somebody else wearing his same coat, but that was a chick. So maybe you can play as, a female character. Maybe it's going to be like a creative character type thing in this game. Where you just, there it is. Let me take it back. I'm trying to pause it here for a sec. Yeah, she got his same coat on. Okay, so yeah. Maybe it's like a creative character type thing where, where you get to create your character and then have them out, out in the world, and you just have the open world to do everything. One thing that I think would really be cool though, because The Witcher 3, you had towns in some areas and then you had a lot of wilderness. If this was, let's say the city that you're in, if they make the city kind of like how cities are in Judge Dredd, where you have like the mega cities that are just like cities that are like the size of like states and countries and stuff like that. Instead of, let's say, having the wilderness with trees, with rivers and trees and stuff everywhere like that, if you can take the map from The Witcher 3 and make that one big city, and you have certain districts and things like that, that would be pretty cool, because that's something you don't see in open world urban games and things like that. Usually they have one city, or maybe like one or two areas. Let's say take like GTA, since that's the big dog in the can when it comes to this kind of sort of stuff. You have one main city, and then you have the desert, which takes up the rest of the map, and like a few country towns here and there and things like that. But for the most part, it's just this one city, or if you go back in earlier GTA games, let's say like San Andreas, you have three cities, or three smaller cities, because back then you can only do so much on console and whatnot. So you had three cities, and then you have a bunch of country. But if you just take if they are able to take the whole map of the game and make it one big city from beginning to end, and let's say stick you on an island somewhere, or kind of explain it away, to where it's just like you don't have nothing around it, but you have just the entire map as one big city, that would be fucking awesome if they can do that. I really don't know what kind of game this is, because they haven't released a whole lot of information for it, or if they have, I haven't really been keeping up with it. So I think they're making this based on the old school RPG of the same name. So I would assume, unlike The Witcher was kind of like a pre-built story. You were going in playing as Geralt and things like that. That was already preset. You already knew what a Witcher was. You already knew who the characters were, all that kind of sort of stuff. But with this here, if this is going to be off of an RPG, so this is going to be like, okay, I create my character, pick my stats. Am I going to be good at hacking, or am I going to be good at shooting or espionage, or you're picking your stuff and then pushing forward with your character in this world. That's why I'm more so pumped for this game than, let's say, something like The Witcher. Because, I love The Witcher, don't get me wrong, but I like to create my character first. I'd probably make like a sexy hacker chick and play the hell out of this game, and just go through it and experience everything the game has to offer. But I'm guessing from what I'm seeing in this trailer, they're going to be having a whole lot to play, because you got organ harvesting, you got hacking, you got like hacking where I think like they show somebody getting hacked on a plane, where somebody was hooked into the internet some kind of way, and somebody was hacking into him, killing him right there in the plane seat, and then the guy on the other side was like, sucks to be you. And they showed like a lot of gang type stuff, so there could be a whole lot of stuff that you got to do with that. Maybe you can join gangs. Maybe you can build your character a specific type of way to, maybe you can be that policeman from the earlier teaser from a few years back to hunt down gang people, or maybe you can be a part of, the criminal element, or the hackers, or any of the other cyberpunk type shit that they have in the game. I think that would be fucking awesome, and that's why I'm pumped for the game, because it's one of those things where I don't know what to expect. And I love everything I'm seeing about it, and everything that I already know is going to be in it, because I'm assuming it's going to have all of the cyberpunk tropes that you had in the 80s and the 90s and stuff like that. When you have the genre, it's probably going to be filled with it. And it looks like something where it's like I'm going to be loving every minute of it. But anyways, you guys will probably be seeing gameplay about it, because I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be the first time I'm talking about the game. Not by a long shot. So my name is Dananu, aka the man with the most biggest and the most blackest privilege on YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.